Good morning. My name is Rich Schaefer. I'm your conference lay leader. I'm also a card-carrying member of the West Virginia Farm Bureau. Today, I want to talk to you about horticulture, specifically planting. Back in biblical days, Jesus told us about the sower who would sow seed kind of helter-skelter. Much of that seed found no fertile soil. It just died. As farmers learned more and more about what they needed to do, they learned they needed to till the soil, plant the seed a certain depth, and more seed would produce. Farming continued to improve as it became more mechanized, as we learned that hybrid seed and fertilizer would also help greatly. So, when we look at these types of illustrations, it makes me wonder, why has the church not taken to the technology that's available? Why do we not use technology to increase the harvest in our fields? Why are we still doing church the same way we did it in the 1950s? Show me by raising your hand how many of you made a first-time commitment to Christ before the age of 18. Look around. Take a minute, look around. Overwhelming the number of people present here today who made that commitment early in your life. Should that not give us an indication where the fertile soil is? Young folks today are hungering for the truth. We're not reaching them. They embrace the computer age, all forms of technology, social media. I know conference communications are working on those areas, and they're doing a great job. We all need to become more technology savvy so that we can reach the young people, open the doors, plant seeds of love into their hearts. So when Jesus said, "Go into all the world and make disciples," how is it that we translate that to go to church on Sunday and worship me in a way that makes you feel comfortable? Why are we not designing worship experience to reach those under the age of 18? Should we not feel compelled to create an atmosphere that is attractive to our youth? I was sitting in the park the other day. I watched a couple of men working, and the longer I sat there, the more intrigued and perplexed I became. I noticed one man was digging holes, and another man was following along behind and filling that same hole in. After a while, I went over and asked, "What are you doing?" He said, "We're planting trees." He said, "We're continuing to work. I dig the hole, Larry puts the tree into the hole, and Joe fills in the dirt around the roots. But Larry didn't show up today." Specialized teams work only when all members of the team are present. Each of those two men were working as hard that day as they worked any other day. Nothing was getting accomplished. In our conference, we have teams. They're comprised of conference staff, pastors, and laity. Are we all showing up at the same time each day? Or is Larry absent? I'm not going to identify Larry for you, but if the shoe fits, why do some independent churches continue to grow while across this country, the United Methodist Church loses population membership every year? Is it because those other denominations have a different Jesus than we have? Do they have a better plan for salvation than what the United Methodists have? Or are we Methodists just too specialized? During the laity dinner last night, I asked folks at the table to answer some questions for me. I gave each table one question, and I asked what they felt the responsibilities of laity, of clergy, and of what the conference staff is. The results of those questionnaires, laity had a pretty good grasp of what was expected of laity. Make disciples, reflect Jesus, tell our story. Now, I don't know how well we're doing that, but they have a good expectation. The clergy, the laity felt about the clergy, they're responsible for everything in the church. Visiting, weddings, funerals, leadership, counseling, encouragement. Everything that happens in the church, they're responsible for it. Conference staff, the laity was not totally clear on their responsibilities. A few folks did have a good idea. Training, education, keeping the entire connection informed, keep the conference running smoothly. So I think we have work to do to clarify some of these roles for the laity. And I'll share the information with you, Bishop Steiner-Ball. Every year we recognize persons for the Harry Denman Award. If we are following Jesus' instruction to preach his gospel, everyone in this room should be nominated for that award. Instead, we're searching for folks to nominate. We all have a lot of work to do, including me. I enjoy gardening. Several of us like the feel of dirt under our fingernails. A tree that is planted reaches down deep into the soil to draw water, life-giving nutrients. What you see above ground is pretty representative of what's underground. When you fertilize a tree, you fertilize out at the edge of the canopy of that tree because that's where the tips of the roots are. That's where the nourishment is drawn into that tree so it can be a healthy, thriving tree. Our roots of Wesley's Methodism, that is an area that we need to pay attention to. When we look at the roots of our denomination, we need to know where the nutrients come from. We must acknowledge the power of the Holy Spirit and embrace that power that we can continue to grow and be a healthy church. It was the laity that was the driving force in the early days of Methodism. The circuit riders only visited a church once every month or two. In the meantime, the laity had to see that that church continued. Today, we have pastors in almost every pulpit every Sunday, but many have been elevated to the position of CEO of our corporation called the church. They have so many administrative duties, there's little time left for ministry. I feel the laity will be the priesthood of all believers will spur the next growth of Christianity in America. But we must show up for work. Where is Larry? Jesus said, "The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few." It sounds like Larry didn't even show up for the harvest. Where is Larry? Have you seen Larry? Can you fill in for Larry today? Let us pray. Come, Holy Spirit, fill the hearts of your faithful. Kindle in us the fire of your love. Send forth your Spirit, and we shall be created, and you shall renew the face of the earth. O God, who by the light of the Holy Spirit did instruct the hearts of your faithful, grant that by the same Holy Spirit we may be truly wise and ever enjoy your consolations. Through Christ our Lord. Amen.